Gir, Chairman, National Book Foundation, distinguished excellencies from German Embassy and from Denmark Embassy, ladies and gentlemen, friends from South Asia, friends from media, friends from civil society. After the inaugural of the session this morning and inaugural of Sustainable Development Expo that you just visited just now, we are now starting the second plenary of the day, and the title is Collaboration for a Climate Smart Future. Now, at SDPI, we firmly believe that sustainability is no longer a choice. It's the very foundation of our economic and social stability. And today's expo, as you might have seen, that it is not just a conference or an exhibition, it's a platform of partnership designed to bridge the worlds of policy, finance, innovation, and industry. For a long time, private sector has been seen as part of problem, or a spectator that is a standby and will have nothing to do with the real life problems or challenges. But now we know that private sector is actually part of solution. And in the emerging world disorder, unless and until we take private sector along, we would not be able to define the sustainable development for the future. Now, the concept of blended finance, the concept of shared responsibility, the concept of extended producer responsibility, the concept of extended consumer responsibility, all of them, they actually have private sector as one of the fulcrum as a central point with them. And this is exactly what we are going to discuss in this plenary. Honorable Chief Guest, in the morning plenary, we also talked about the Nobel Economics Prize this year, this creativity during disruption, creativity with disorder. And we are actually focused on producing order in a disorderly world. And in this context, we also are mindful of Udaan Pakistan program. If one looks at the thesis of Joel Mocker, the Nobel Prize winner in economics, he is talking of industrial revolution and the countries who actually got benefited after industrial revolution. They had their preparedness, they had their ideas and knowledge, and they actually built upon knowledge economy, which is a very much central pillar of what you have been advocating in your earlier visions and now in the Udaan Pakistan program. So one would very much like to hear from you how to define sustainable development and steer our way for sustainable development through using knowledge, and what are the priorities of government of Pakistan investing in knowledge economy. But I'm sure the other distinguished speakers here, they would also reflect upon this. But all I wanted to say again, a very warm welcome to all of you, and we hope that in the next series of panels and plenaries, we'll be discussing this subject, threadbare discussion. And of course, there will be question answers in many other panels. Over to you, Zainab.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suleri, for your remarks. And this plenary is in collaboration with the German Development Corporation and the Embassy of Denmark. And we are really grateful to our partners who are not just supporting the innovations by the major private sector companies, but also by startups and SMEs who are providing local solutions, which has been, you have seen the manifestation at the Expo Zone. So with that, I would now like to request Mr. Peter Emil Nielsen, who's the Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Denmark, for his introductory remarks. Over to you, please.
Thank you. Excellencies, Honorable Federal Minister Hassan Iqbal, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. It's a privilege and a great pleasure to join you today at the opening of the third Sustainability Investment Expo, a platform that captures both the urgency and the opportunity of our times. I'll start by congratulating Sustainable Development Policy Institute and all its partners for convening this event under a surely timely theme, collaborations for a climate-smart future. Because today we meet at a critical juncture. The past few years have made one thing abundantly clear. The climate crisis is no longer a distant concern. It is a lived reality for millions of people across Pakistan and across the world. From record-breaking heat waves, floods, to growing food insecurity and economic instability, the effects of climate changes have exposed the vulnerabilities in our societies and our systems. And yet, despite these challenges, there's also a profound opportunity to reimagine how we invest and grow in ways that are both sustainable and inclusive. This expo, in many ways, embodies that opportunity. It brings together investors and innovators, big and small, under one roof, with the opportunity to showcase solutions, exchange ideas, and most importantly, build partnerships. So in short, SDPI and this expo brings the green hearts and the green minds together. Denmark firmly believes in moving forward with a green and collaborative approach. As a country that has transitioned from being one of the most fossil fuel-dependent nations in the 1970s to a global leader in renewable energy today, we have learned that partnerships across sectors, across borders, are the foundation of meaningful change. Our green transition has been driven by a shared vision between government, industry, research institutions, civil society, each playing its part, guided by trust, long-term planning, and innovation. Pakistan stands at a similar crossroad in many ways. It faces immense climate risks, but it also holds immense potential. With its young population, abundant renewable resources, and entrepreneurial spirit, Pakistan has the building blocks for green transformation that can generate jobs, enhance resilience, and drive inclusive growth. However, unlocking this potential requires strong cooperation between public and private sectors, between local communities and international partners, and most critically, between knowledge and capital. That is why the Danish government, through our embassy here in Islamabad, is proud to support initiatives that strengthen Pakistan's climate resilience and green growth ambitions. In 2023, our two countries signed a Green Framework Engagement Plan, which sets the foundation for long-term cooperation on a just and sustainable green transition. Under this framework, we are working on projects that strengthen resilience, build capacity, and support innovation. And let me just highlight two examples. Under the Green Framework Agreement, Denmark and Pakistan are closely working on energy cooperation under the Danish Energy Transition Initiative, which will be elevated into a 3-year strategic sector cooperation from January next year. In this program, Danish experts have been providing technical assistance and training to help accelerate Pakistan's green transition when it comes to long-term energy planning, improving energy efficiency, and integrating renewable energy into the national grid. Another landmark example is the Danish-funded state-of-the-art mega wastewater treatment plant in Faisalabad, designed to treat 33 million gallons of water per day, making it the largest in the whole region, which is entering into construction, the construction phase this month, and in a few years' time will deliver clean water, healthier communities, and environmental benefits. So in many areas, Danish companies lead the world in sustainable innovation, and we are committed to building stronger bilateral trade between our two nations. Over 50 Danish companies are already operating in Pakistan, leading in pharmaceuticals, shipping, renewable energy, and green technologies. Keeping our green agenda in mind, the Embassy of Denmark has sought to embody this principle and partner with SDPI for the past 2 years. And under our project, we have especially 2 things I would like to highlight. The one is the laying the foundations for a vibrant carbon market ecosystem in Pakistan, one that mobilizes private sector innovation and attracts sustainable investments for a climate-smart future by conducting a series of capacity building workshops. And the second one is an extensive project that aims to shape Pakistan climate prosperity plans while ensuring inclusive and equitable development by bringing together all the stakeholders from diverse backgrounds. Part of that project is also focused on Green Skills Program, targeting youth, journalists, and developing a digital hub inspired by the Denmark State of Green platform that will showcase Pakistan's climate-smart projects, success stories, and investment opportunities. So together, these efforts represent a shared vision, one where international cooperation, national ownership, and community participation converge to build a more resilient and prosperous Pakistan. The inclusion of capacity building hubs and regional partnership corners I just noticed at the Expo is particularly commendable. They bring global conversations to the national level and ensure that Pakistan's voice and experience inform global solutions. So as a close partner, Denmark stands ready to continue supporting Pakistan's effort in building a green, prosperous, and climate-resilient future. Thank you again. Thank you, SDPI, for this initiative, and to all the participants for your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And indeed, we do acknowledge the partnership we have with the embassy, and we are working diligently towards improving the climate-related action and how as Peter has mentioned, trainings, capacity building programs, and awareness programs can help enhancing the awareness among the masses. So thank you. Now I would like to request our next speakers from our next partner. I would now invite Mr. Arno Kirchhoff, who's the Deputy Head of Mission German Embassy in Pakistan, as German Development Corporation is a partner with us for this Expo, awards, and the Capacity Hub as well. Please.
Dear Minister, Professor Ahsan Iqbal, dear Dr. Soleri, dear Excellencies, friends, colleagues, especially also Peter from Embassy of Denmark. First of all, thanks to SDPI for organizing such a tremendously good organized, well organized, and very important conference. And also thank you for inviting me to have a few words. In the name of the government of the Federal Republic of Germany, it is an honor for me to be a partner of this conference, together with our friends from Denmark, who did a tremendously good job. And we really believe this is the idea of this Expo, is really one of the important elements to bring the progress needed, not only here, but all over the world, to really be successful in fighting climate change and its consequences. At the time when I'm speaking, the German-Pakistani intergovernmental consultations, biannual, on economic cooperation take place. Germany, after the withdrawal or the de facto withdrawal of US aid, Germany is the biggest bilateral partner to Pakistan. I don't want to bore you with any figures here, just one third of the one third. So this is 12,000 megawatt of the power generation of this country through renewable energies has been built up with contribution from Germany. Okay, so I don't quote any more figures, but is it enough? No. It's a lot, yes, but it's not enough. Is what is done here in Pakistan to fight climate change, is it a lot? Yes, it is. It has been over the last years. We see it here at the Expo. Is it enough? Definitely it is not. We've seen the devastating floods. Okay, nobody seriously can say whether they are due to climate change or whether they are natural disasters that would have happened anyway. But from year to year, as more and more carbon dioxide is going into the atmosphere, it is becoming more probable that it is also due to climate change. So we've seen the flood of 2022, of 25, and the damage is enormous. So a lot has been done already, but is it enough? No, it is not. And not only in Germany or in Pakistan, all over the world, I think we can say it's a lot that already has been done. The world has become aware of the problems of climate change. COP in Belém in Brasilia is right now going on. But is it enough? Definitely it is not. There are lots of ethical questions, political questions, and also juridical questions about liability involved in the discussions about climate change, in the international discussions. They are all very important. Germany is taking very actively part in these debates, as is Pakistan. But we all know, however, the answers to these questions might be found in the international community, we only altogether will reach success in fighting climate change when achieving sustainable growth. Sustainable growth, environment-friendly, climate-friendly growth is in the end will be the answer to the challenges of climate change, because only through sustainable growth will we manage to free or to earn the assets and to free the assets to make it possible to invest in a sustainable future. So the IMF program at the moment that Pakistan is going through, with all the hardship also linked to it, is a huge opportunity to get on a path of sustainable growth, on a stronger path of growth than this country has achieved until now. Germany is 5.5% of the voting shares in the International Monetary Fund. And we are proud to support Pakistan also here, because we really believe that it's not just because of the good of this world. It's also about huge and clear national German interest. We want Pakistan to be successful, not only economically as a trading partner for the German economy, but also when fighting climate change as a partner developing further and further, and as a friendly country being a partner, being a stronger and stronger partner in so many areas. So I think I very much hope for the success of the ongoing IMF programs. These are huge opportunities Pakistan should not miss out on. And I think how to achieve it, this Expo really is the way, is showing the way forward. Whatever the discussions, the truth, as we say in German, the truth is on the ground. And the ground is where there are so many small or medium-sized initiatives bringing progress, developing technologies, developing social mechanisms, how to fight the challenges. This is what is achieved through the activities of all the companies and the NGO activities that are shown here in the Expo. And this is when you build your networks, when you invest here in these initiatives, when you develop them forward, this is where sustainable growth is achieved. And in the end, only this is the path forward. Nobody of us knows where it is going, but this is the path, or how it will be going, but this is the path forward, how to overcome the challenges of climate change. So events as this expo are what is really needed for. And so I conclude with, again, thanking SDPI, Dr. Suleri and his great team for having organized this Sustainable Development Exposition. And I wish the most and the best of success to the endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, the role of development partners is extremely crucial in order for countries like Pakistan to achieve climate action, rather to strengthen climate action in the country, keeping in view the current crisis that we are going through. And if the support is provided, at subsector level, it will enhance our action, and it will enhance the resilience at community level. So thank you so much to our partners. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Ehsan Iqbal, Federal Minister for Ministry of Planning, Development and Special Initiatives, for his remarks, please, sir. Sorry? GV. Okay. Apologies. We have Dr. Kamran Jahangir, his special remarks on how he is representing National Books Foundation and how academically and in context of, overall, because we are collaborating with the Allama Iqbal Open University as well, how this pillar is extremely important for integrating sustainability and for collaborating for a climate smart future. Sir, please, over to you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Ehsan Iqbal Chaudhry Sahab, Federal Minister for Planning, Development and Initiatives. Excellencies, Mr. Peter Emil Nelson, Deputy Head of Mission for Denmark. Mr. Arno Kekov, Deputy Head of Mission for Republic of Germany. Vice Chancellor, Allama Iqbal Open University, Dr. Nasir Mahmood. Dr. Abid Qayyum Sulehi, Executive Director, Sustainable Development Institute of Pakistan. Distinguished delegates, researchers, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to speak on a subject that defines our time. Collaboration for a climate-smart future. For Pakistan, this is not just a policy issue. It is a matter of survival, of hope and opportunity. We are living through an era of what can only be called an emerging world disorder. A world of shifting power, widening inequality, and growing uncertainty. And climate change stands right at the center of it. For Pakistan, this is not a distant concept. It is a lived reality. In the recent past, in 2022 and again in 2025, floods of unimaginable scale submerged vast parts of our country. Millions were displaced, thousands lost their lives, and the economic cost ran into billions of US dollars. But beyond the numbers lies a much deeper loss. The loss of homes, of dignity and stability. To move from vulnerability to resilience, we must pursue climate-smart, sustainable development. And that cannot happen in isolation. It must be built on collaboration across borders, across sectors, and across communities. When the floods hit, we saw what that collaboration could look like. Government institutions, humanitarian agencies, and local communities came together to save lives, restore livelihoods, and offer hope. This year, that cooperation was even stronger, more coordinated, more prepared, especially in the province of Punjab. But collaboration cannot stop a disaster response at a disaster response. True partnerships must shape our development DNA, creating an ecosystem that brings together government, academia, industry, and civil society. Let me share a few examples of how these collaborations can transform Pakistan's future. Government, academia, industry partnerships can help us scale up renewable energy solutions. Pakistan's geography gives us abundant solar and wind potential. The ongoing national solarization drive is one promising example. Regional cooperation with South Asia can help us manage shared resources through climate data, sharing, and joint river basin management, especially for the Indus system, which provides livelihood and life to over 2 billion people. And then public-private partnerships can unlock climate finance, channeling funds from mechanisms like the Green Climate Fund to support projects in agriculture, water management, and community adaptation. Each partnership multiplies our capacity to act. But to act effectively, we need clear goals, skilled institutions, and a sense of urgency. Every plan must be followed by real implementation, and every implementation by honest evaluation. Because learning must be continuous. The foundation of every new policy and program must be based on it. A climate-smart Pakistan is not only about adopting green technology. It is about rethinking development itself. It means weaving climate resilience into every decision, from urban planning in Karachi to forest conservation in Gilgit and Baltistan. Projects like Recharge Pakistan, which use natural floodplains for water storage, show that local innovation can drive global impact. These are not just environmental projects. They are examples of climate-smart governance. Emerging economies, emerging opportunities. Yes, the world is polarized and economic uncertainty is real. But in every moment of disorder lies an opportunity for new leadership. Emerging economies like Pakistan can become laboratories of innovation, testing low-cost, high-impact solutions for a sustainable world. And we have one remarkable advantage over other nations, that is our youth. Over 60% of Pakistan's population is under 30 years of age. Their creativity, digital fluency, and growing environmental awareness can drive a homegrown green transformation. But we must equip them through education, entrepreneurship, and international collaboration. A disorder can, in fact, become the seedbed of a new order, one that values resilience over rhetoric and cooperation over competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the path to a climate-smart future depends more than documents and pledges. It demands shared commitment to act together, learn together, and grow together. We must commit to invest in knowledge partnerships between the global North and South, to support community-led adaptation, especially for women and rural communities, and to ensure that climate finance reaches those who need it the most, not as charity, but as climate justice. Because climate justice is not about generosity, It is about fairness, equity, and shared responsibility. Pakistan's story, in many ways, the story of emerging world. Vulnerable yet visionary, constrained yet creative. To collaborate for a climate-smart Pakistan is to believe that even amid global uncertainty, cooperation can chart a new path towards sustainable development. Our greatest resource is not oil or gas or minerals. It is our ability to come together across borders and boundaries for a shared and livable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamran. And indeed, it is whatever you have shared about the climate justice and climate prosperity. This is extremely important. And on another note, it is also important that the public-private partnerships needs to be scaled up. Especially in the earlier session, we also learned that how domestic finance needs to be mobilized as well, because development finance is shrinking globally. So thank you for your remarks. Now I would like to request and invite our chief guest, Professor Ehsan Iqbal, Federal Minister for Ministry of Planning, Development and Special Initiatives. Sir, please, if you can join us at the podium.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dr. Abid Suleri, Excellencies representing the Diplomatic Corps, our development partners, esteemed scholars from 23 countries, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning. It is a profound honor for me to address this distinguished gathering at the 28th Sustainable Development Conference, a beacon of hope that for nearly 3 decades has illuminated not just South Asia's path as the region's premier forum for dialogue, evidence-driven insights, and transformative collaboration on sustainability, but has now expanded its scope to almost 23 countries' participation. I extend my deepest commendations to the Sustainable Development Policy Institute, SDPI, the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, and our own Ministry of Planning and Special Initiatives for convening this critical discourse at a pivotal juncture for our region, globe, and the planet. A special tribute to Ambassador Shafkat Kaka Khel Saab, Dr. Abid Qayyum Suleri, and Professor Nasir Mahmood, Vice Chancellor, whose leadership has elevated SDPI into a national treasure, forging unbreakable links between rigorous research and real-world reform, between policy blueprints and on-the-ground impact. I warmly welcome our esteemed guests and partners from the United Nations, Japan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and across South and Southwest Asia. Your presence here underscores our remarkable shared conviction. The road to enduring peace and prosperity is paved with sustainable development. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, nowhere does the clarion call for sustainable development echo louder than in our region, South Asia, home to nearly 2 billion souls, a quarter of humanity's heartbeat. This is a tapestry of boundless human ingenuity, profound cultural heritage, and untapped economic dynamism. Yet it is also a front line of converging crisis. Despite remarkable strides, over 380 million South Asians remain trapped in multi-dimensional poverty, with nearly all exposed to escalating climate hazards. 1 in 3 children battles stunting, and without bold adaptation, climate shocks could thrust 40 million more into poverty's grip by 2030. Our region emits less than 10%, and Pakistan particularly less than 1% of global carbon, yet we bear the heaviest scars, from vanishing Himalayan glaciers and devastating floods to unrelenting heat waves and ferocious cyclones. The cataclysmic floods that ravaged Pakistan in 2022, and I happened to monitor the whole process of rescue relief as in charge of the National Flood Coordination Council. India and Bangladesh in 2024 and Nepal in 2025 serve as harrowing harbingers. Climate chaos knows no sovereignty. I will never forget surveying the devastation this year in my own constituency of Narowal during recent floods. Rivers like the Ravi overflowed partly due to climate disaster and partly due to water aggression, submerging vast rice fields and turning livelihoods into ruins. I met families, poor farmers, who had lost not just their crops, but their homes and hopes built over generations. One elderly man, clutching the remnants of his flooded home, looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "This water has taken everything, but we will rebuild." That raw human resilience amid such profound loss drives my unyielding commitment to turning vulnerability into strength and demonstrates the resilience that our people possess. The imperative is unmistakable. Our perils are intertwined, demanding solutions forged in unity. We must forge a compact for sustainable development, amplifying cooperation in climate adaptation instead of promoting conflicts in the world. Cross-border renewable energy trade, resilient agriculture, and knowledge sharing. Only through this regional and global renaissance can our region, South Asia, and the world evolve from victim of climate vulnerability into a vanguard of climate leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, we convene amid a storm of global upheaval, economic fractures, technological divides, and eroding international trust. The UN Sustainable Development Goals Report 2024 paints a very sobering picture. Only 17% of targets are on track, while nearly half lag moderately or severely, and over 1/3 have stalled or regressed. Developing nations now hemorrhage much of their budgets on debt servicing, often eclipsing investments in health or education. Without a radical overhaul of the global financial architecture, the SDGs will remain a mirage for the global South. Pakistan amplifies the clarion call for a new development compact, one that guarantees equitable flows of finance, technology, and trade. Climate finance must be reliable, accessible, and just. We cannot green our futures if forced to choose between repaying debts and uplifting our people. As Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif declared, the climate crisis is an economic crisis and it demands collective responsibility, not collective indifference. In Pakistan, we have woven the SDGs into our national fabric, earlier under Vision 2025, and now through the Udan Pakistan framework, our roadmap to an inclusive, knowledge-driven, and globally competitive $1 trillion economy by 2035. This vision rests on 5 unyielding pillars, the 5 E's. 1, the export-led growth, igniting competitiveness and productivity to fuel prosperity. 2, e-Pakistan, harnessing digitalization to revolutionize governance, education, and economic opportunity to transform our economy into a techno-economy. 3, environmental and climate resilience, infusing sustainability into every policy decision and particularly focusing on the challenge of water and food security due to the climate change. 4, energy and infrastructure, championing efficiency, affordability, and bold green transition. And 5th, equity and empowerment, unleashing human potential and ensuring dignity for all, with particular focus on youth, women, and marginalized communities. These pillars mirror Agenda 2030, harmonizing social equity, economic vitality, and environmental stewardship into a unified national symphony. At the core beats equity and empowerment, for no nation thrives on inequality's fault lines. True progress is gauged not by elite capture, but by universal opportunity. Under this pillar, we advance a comprehensive human development agenda, education for all. Education is society's great equalizer. With over 25 million children out of school, we confront a crisis of conscience. Our National Education Emergency Initiative aims to expand access, elevate quality, and tailor curricula to a digital green future, affirming every child's right to learn, innovate, and aspire, irrespective of gender, region, or means. I recall during my earlier tenures as sending thousands of young scholars abroad under programs like the Teachers and Researchers Overseas Scholarship Scheme. One such student from a remote village in Balochistan returned as a PhD in engineering, now leading innovations in renewable energy back home. Stories like this or his, transforming lives from exclusion to excellence, remind us that education isn't abstract policy. It's the spark that ignites dreams and builds nations. Health and well-being, a vibrant populace powers progress. We amplify primary health care, maternal nutrition, and disease prevention via the health insurance programs, advancing towards health coverage for millions, tackling stunting affecting nearly 38 to 40% of our children is paramount. No young life should be stunted by deprivation. Population planning and family well-being, with a population surpassing 240 million people and the growth rate escalating from 2.4 to 2.55%, is quite a challenge. We actually have to reverse this trend, because what we found that in last census we have put our foot from brake onto accelerator for increasing the population, and that might pose a serious challenge in next couple of decades with an additional burden of 200 million people. So our strategy empowers women through education, rights and healthcare, and supporting population planning programs, building resilient families and nation. Inclusion and social protection, the Benazir Income Support Program has been strengthened, which uplifts over 9 million families, integrating digital tools, girls' stipends, and skills training to shatter poverty's cycle. This is justice in action, a social covenant embodying the SDGs vow, leave no one behind. Our reforms extend further, anchored in 3 game-changing priorities. 1, data for development. Through the National Data Exchange Platform and modernized Pakistan Bureau of Statistics, we empower evidence-based decisions. Data isn't mere numbers, it's the democratizer of development. 2, climate resilience. Via the 4RF framework and the National Adaptation Plan, resilience in all sectors permeates. The Living Indus initiative restores ecosystems across 25% of our land, bolstering water security. Renewables now comprise about 12% of our energy mix, surging towards 30% by 2030. Fiscal and institutional reforms. The National Fiscal Pact enhances revenue and efficiency. FBR's tax to GDP ratio has climbed to over 10.5%, with power recoveries up 15%, freeing resources for more human and sustainable development investments. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, sustainable development defies silos. It thrives on global and regional synergy, rooted in solidarity, equity, and mutual accountability. Let South Asia and Global South emerge as a laboratory of collaboration, sharing disaster data, trading clean energy, co-investing in green infrastructure and agriculture, promoting academic and research collaboration, and fostering youth-led innovation for peace. The South and Southwest Asia Sub-Regional Forum convening here is our catalyst to propel these alliances. Together, we can redefine Global South as a paragon of collective triumph over adversity. Ladies and gentlemen, sustainable development is no fleeting race. It is a generational relay where each of us must carry the baton forward with courage and conviction. Let us remember, data is the compass of good governance and illuminates the path of sustainable development. Innovation is the engine of transformation. Equity is the foundation of justice. And partnership and collaboration is the bridge between vision and reality. In this era of geopolitical conflicts, unity for sustainable development is our ultimate resilience. May this conference ignite a global renaissance, transmuting chaos into a blueprint for sustainable peace, prosperity, and mankind's shared destiny of prosperity. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the overall vision of the government of Pakistan, and also for emphasizing the need for collaborations, the need for just transition, and the need for environment-friendly economic development and growth, and also some of the key initiatives that the government has taken in line of, despite the limited fiscal resources around adaptation and climate resilience. We are really honored by your presence. Now, I would like to invite the guest of honor for this plenary, Mr. Kaisar Ahmed Sheikh, who is the Federal Minister for Investment. Sir, may I please request if you can take the podium?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नामदहू व नुसल्ली नामदहू व नसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम. जनाब Mr. Ehsan Iqbal, Minister of Planning, Honorable Excellency Abid Suleri Sahab, Sustainable Development, this conference I'm enlightened with the valuable and informative and speech of Planning Minister. He's a renowned professor, and you see that he has been Minister of Planning since long, and we have been benefited with his speech. And after his detailed deliberations, I feel that I should briefly talk about sustainable development. You see, this is the most required, that what we should have. I'm a federal minister for investment. I feel that value-added export-led growth is wherever there has been development and investment. I noticed since my long experience in business that wherever in any country there has been investment and there has been value-added export, only the poverty is alleviated in those countries, and they have developed with substantial growth. Pakistan has been growing substantially, as I mentioned, much earlier decades in 60s and 70s. And now we, under this federal ministry of this cabinet led by Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif Saab, since the last 20 months, I think that there has been achievement in Pakistan. We have tried our best. That Pakistan was being considered to be a default country, and then we came into the IMF program, and it was very difficult to enter into that program because of the policies of the former government. But at that time, you see, the Pakistan's economy was going down, and now even today we are having problems. There are various difficulties, and our growth, which we visualize, this Udan Pakistan program, we are expecting $1 trillion of economy by 2035. That we should have more growth. With this rate of growth we have presently, as mentioned by Honorable Federal Minister and my very dear friend, and I had been with him since long. I know about his vision, but still, as when until our growth is enhanced, and we can have because our per capita, our population growth is 2.3 or like that, and if our growth is 3.5%, then the per capita enhancement will be negligible. And we have to make our effort, and that is the main focus should be that direct foreign investment. I have been given this important portfolio, and I have seen that up to now our neighboring countries like UAE, they are having investment of about $40 billion, while Pakistan last year direct foreign investment was of only 2.5. We have potential. We have a huge resources, as mentioned by him earlier, and trillions of dollars of our resources. We have to tap that. That is the mineral resources, that is the oil discoveries, and of course our agriculture and other fields. We have potential. We have a very, as mentioned, that 65% of our population is youth from 15 to 35 years or 20 to 35 years. So this is a very good asset. We should have to utilize this potential. We have to make education. That is the only thing. What I witnessed from my experience, that wherever there has been a education of technology and that of IT, like IT or other honors, we should say, so that has been the development. Our huge population, we have to get benefit of that from that size of population, youth population. And we were at a time being considered to be very soon in the group of G20 nations. But later on, because of our faulty policies of the last government, we couldn't make that, fulfill that achievements. So still, now we are working very hard, and as mentioned by all world rating agencies, that Pakistan is now improving the rating of worldwide rating. And then again, our reserves are being enhanced, our currency is stable, and we must emphasize to have more exports and more investment. And that is for the sustainable development. And poverty, we have a huge number of people below poverty, and that is the significance achievement which we have to visualize. We notice that the country like China, I have been visiting China since 1972. It was a year about 53 years ago. And at that time, China was at the same stage of development. They did not have their international airline. And when I say this to my many friends, that at that time, because there was no television, there was no other source of information in China. And when we businessmen from Pakistan visited there, used to visit there in their fairs, just to see us, just to see our clothes, just to see ourselves. A huge number of people gathered wherever we get. Just they did not have any know about any internationally people, and there was only one dress at that time, that was blue dress. Same dress for the ladies and same for the gents. So now, since that year, what they did, but they had a planning. They had regular development of more than about double-digit growth for 35 years. So what happened? We were much better off in those times. And PIA was the first international airline which started. Everybody know about it, but what I mean to say is that we should redouble our efforts, and we should have more growth, because this rate of growth, of course, it will not give the benefits and the targets we are thinking about it. So I feel that with our dedicated efforts, we have opportunities there, and this 4 days war with India. Wherever I went internationally, I found that Pakistan is being given more importance now. Pakistan is being considered now as a strong country. We are trying to sort out our internal rifts, and also we are making efforts to resolve our internal political matters also. That is what we did, where we could not achieve, that we could not have our uniformity between us. Our nation is dedicated and hardworking, and I feel that we should give now more attention. Of course, there are political differences. Every party has its own program and its own policies. But at least there should be some charter of economy, because now we have to give more importance to our economic policies. But we learned from China, even at that time, when we talked to them since long, they used to tell us, at that time Hong Kong was not with them. They used to tell us it is very easy to get Hong Kong if we step in. But we don't do it. We want that it should not be with the confrontation. They should merge with us just as a friend, and with the coordination, and just nothing there should be a rift between us. I think we should learn from that, how they achieved, how they now brought about 700 million people out of poverty. This is a great achievement, and it is possible for us. And we are now dedicated. We feel that under the leadership of visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, and of course, Mr. Ahsan Iqbal is here. I'm not telling this first time. I am really always feel proud that a minister like him, who has a vision, who has a thinking about it. I had been working with him in the planning since many years. And I feel that there should be collective wisdom. And with that, we can have a growth in sustainable development. And that is the requirement, that we should bring our people out of poverty. A huge number of people in Pakistan are below poverty line. The experience Mr. Ahsan Iqbal mentioned about Narowal, there was a flood. In my constituency, I come from Chanyot. That is a regular phenomena of every 7-8 years. With the gap of that, there is a flood, because that my constituency is on the river Chenab. And I feel that people in my constituency only, 200,000 people just left their houses, their villages, so they came out, and without, they just lived for about 10-15 days in tents and no food of their own to cook. So these are the things we have to give more attention to it. It is one thing that to create billionaires, but another is that how to bring those people who are under poverty, to bring that people out of poverty. And I think Chinese example is the best example throughout history, since many years, that they brought those people. And what is the bottom line in that they made dedicated efforts with planning, and they tried to make consensus. And I feel this should be our target. And of course, we should plan at least 6 to 7% of growth in order to achieve that target of 1 trillion economy by 2035. And we are trying our best with a team to enhance our investment in Pakistan. That is the most important thing, and that is the potential in Pakistan. And I feel that with our concerted effort with all our stakeholders, we will achieve our target to enhance direct foreign investment with technology, because that gives technology and value-added exports, and also creates employment. With these words, I thank you very much, all ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure to talk to you to such august gathering, and so thankful you.
Thank you very much, sir. And indeed, economic development needs to be the key focus. But of course, as the theme of the conference is, it has to be sustainable. So thank you so much for joining us today. Now, the part of the session for which you all have been waiting for, the Sustainability Awards. So just briefing the guests here, Sustainability Awards is an initiative that SDPI has taken, and this time German Development Corporation has partnered with us for this purpose. We have different categories where we invite case studies from the private sector, public sector, and the startups and SMEs. So once those case studies are submitted, we do a double-blind process of review. We send it to external and internal jury members, and we even remove the names of the companies and even the titles of the case studies just to avoid any biases. So this time, firstly, thank you to the jury members who joined us. If the IT team can display the presentation here of the jury members who joined us for this evaluation purpose. Now, announcing the awards in different categories. So we have with us first category in smart mobility and green infrastructure. May I please request all the panelists, if they can join us here, or maybe the chief guest and guest of honor can join us here with you and Arno, and then we can distribute the awards, and then we can have a group photo in the end. So please. So under the smart mobility and green infrastructure, the winner is Electric Arc Private Limited. If I can invite the representative to please join us on the stage, and please give them a round of applause. So they are winning this award because they are electrifying the maritime transport and supporting coastal communities. They started with a small boat for the fishermen communities in Korangi, and now they have scaled up their initiative. So protocol team awards, please. Protocol team awards, please. Apologies, they're just breaking the awards. Okay, in the meanwhile, so if you can please wait here, the awards are just on the way. Okay, so in the meanwhile, we would like to present a publication, Provincial Development Monitor, a derived human development index approach to His Excellencies Professor Ehsan Iqbal and also to the Minister for Investment, Mr. Kaisar Emache. Dr. Irfan Chatta, Research Fellow at SDPI. The Honorable Minister Ehsan Iqbal Sahab himself and his team provided invaluable insights when it was being drafted, and the study provides a district-level baseline human development before the devastating floods of 2025. Ji. So, a big round of applause for the winner in the category of Smart Mobility and Green Infrastructure, Electric Arc Private Limited. The next category we have is Disaster Resilience and Climate Risk Management. Yeah, we are we have two winners. First one is AI Geo Navigators. They also have a stall. So please give them a round of applause. May I please invite a representative on the stage? They are improving the early warning systems through GIS and assisted AI. And the other winner we have under the same category is AI Geo Navigators. I think the representative is not here. So we'll move to the other award, which is presented to JAS Pakistan for integrating technology. Please give them a round of applause. In the early warning systems, they have collaborated with GSMA to improve the early warning systems through SMS-based information. The next category we have is circular economy and production innovation. Okay. Sorry. Fatma Akhtar from JAS Pakistan is receiving the award. The next category we have is Sustainability, Education and Community-Led Adaptation. Tetra Pak Pakistan for doing amazing campaigns, please, with the school children around circular economy, waste reduction, waste minimization in Pakistan. Please give them a round of applause to the Tetra Pak representatives, Mr. Noor and Mr. Muhammad bin Shehzad. The next category we have is Agri-Tech and Food Security. The winner is University of Sargodha, especially because they have, as you know, monocropping, because of the monocropping of soya beans. So please join us on the stage. University of Sargodha. Thank you. We have to import it. So they have improved the packaging and introduced intercropping so that, we do not import it, we also export it. They have the solution for this. And then the next category we have is gender equity and social impact. Gender equity and social impact, we have two winners again. First one is a public sector organization, Punjab Skills Development Fund, for their Pehchan initiative, which is empowering women-led capacity building. Please give them a round of applause. May I please invite the representative on the stage? All right, so if the representative is not here, then next is awarded to the Coca-Cola System Pakistan for empowering the home chefs through the MSMEs. Please, Mr. Ibrahim Shah from the Coca-Cola System Pakistan, give them a round of applause. These case studies needs to be scaled up because they're supporting the small and medium enterprises. Thank you. The next category is renewable energy and low carbon transitions. The first, again, we have two winners. It's a tie. The first one is JK Spinning Mills for phasing out coal from their production innovation. May I please invite the representative? JK Spinning Mills. All right, the next, if the representative is not here, the next goes to Nestle Pakistan for their net zero roadmap and especially for decarbonizing the dairy value chain in Pakistan. Mr. Sheikh Waqar Ahmed, please join us on the stage. Thank you. And also Ms. Atika Mir, if you can join us. Last category is the circular economy and production innovation. We have a winner, which is a startup company. The stall is just placed in the expo zone. Green Plastic. They are introducing biodegradable material, packaging material, and you can also visit this stall. Green Plastic representative. And the last winner in this category is Dr. Noshaba? Yes. Dr. Noshaba and Miss Maria. Thank you. So it's a women-led startup company. So last one is a company that's revolutionizing, rather trying to do it, the rPET recycling. And the award goes to, that's an innovation that PepsiCo has introduced, PepsiCo Pakistan, the rPET innovation through which they are recycling the PET bottles by engaging with local companies in Pakistan. Please give all these companies a big round of applause. I know it's lunch time, but maybe some energy, some appreciation can be shown to these companies who are investing in your country, who are working towards the betterment, who are ensuring that waste is minimized despite the limited resources, who are ensuring that renewable energy transition is ensured. Thank you so much. May I please invite the jury members, Mr. Asif Iqbal, and other jury members, please. SDP as internal jury members as well, Mr. Salim Khilji and Mr. Ali Jabir, if you can also join us on the stage for a group photo with the panelists. All the winners are requested to join on the stage for the group photo with the panelists, please.
Thank you.
कुछ लोग आगे आ जाएं अगर स्टेज के आगे जगह नहीं है अगर प्लीज. आप लोगों में से कुछ लोग नीचे आ जाएं और कुछ स्टेज पर रहें. सॉरी, 1 मिनट अभी चल रही है अभी. Thank you. We have shields distribution as well. If I can please request.
ये भी आ गए सर बैठना है मैंने इन्होंने भी एक सेशन चेयर करना है
Professor Dr. Nasir. Thank you, everyone. The participants are requested to move towards the food stalls in the expo zone for lunch. We have shield distribution for our chief guests.
ये मैंने सब की फिर दे मुझे जल्दी कर हाँ दे इधर इधर दे बस वैसे भी ये शापर में
जल्दी जल्दी आप लोग आ जाएं प्लीज. Shield distribution for our partners and distinguished speakers.
ये वाली है
ठीक है, Arno and Peter कोई भी. The participants, you all can join us for the lunch at the food court right in the expo zone area. The next plenary we have is Dr. Kamran Jahangir. वो खड़े हुए हैं. Dr. Kamran Jahangir वो खड़े हैं जी. So we have a roundtable strategic dialogue accelerating SDGs in the world today, challenges and opportunities, that will start at 2 p.m. in collaboration with UNESCAP. Please do not forget to join us after lunch. Plenary will start at sharp at 2 p.m. Thank you.